Hey, welcome to EPN. My name is Victor Lucas, and we bring you the latest in everything cool every single day, except for the last couple of weeks, because we have been busy. It has been crazy for us here at EPN. Thank you all for your support, by the way. It has been amazing, and I get the notifications that our Discord channel has got lots of, comments, and people are sending me specific notes and all that stuff, and we have just been running around like crazy. We just got back from Fan Expo. We're going to talk about that in a second. But first, I want to dedicate this show and this rundown to all of the fans of EPN that came to our panel and came up to say hello and took photos with us. And we're wearing EPN T-shirts or buying EPN T-shirts or the EPN coffee. It was a surreal weekend. To just sort of like meet people face to face and then to have stuff physicalized and people, give me hugs and take pictures and then walk away with stuff that has our brand on it. It was just surreal and it was so awesome. And also a special shout out to Paul Adamson, who was a real help for us. He went off and chased, it took him forever to find these things at Fan Expo. We went off and grabbed some Sharpies that we needed so we could sign some more stuff. And you're a real sweetheart. Thank you so much. But let's get started with our rundown. Superman is leaving Krypton and heading to the vast fantasy realm, the continent. Henry Cavill is set to star in the new Witcher series in development by Netflix. He'll play the heroic Geralt of Rivia, who, like in the books and video games, will explore the continent and take on different quests and slay fearsome monsters. Netflix has already ordered an 8-episode first season of The Witcher, and given the international popularity of the franchise, particularly in Eastern Europe, this is part of the streaming giant's plan to win over more subscribers in new markets. Shooting is expected to begin soon, although the show doesn't have a premiere window yet. And I think this is a great move for Henry Cavill. I know he's been teasing that he's a huge fan of The Witcher. He's been talking about it, so obviously this was in the works. He's a big star to attach to the property, and I'm sure that everybody at CD Projekt Red is incredibly happy, and the writers of the books. I don't know if it's just one person. I haven't read the books. I'm sorry, but it's very, very exciting news all around for The Witcher, because it's just going to raise the profile on the incredible franchise that this property has become, and presumably that will just help future iterations of the games be cooler and the books be cooler, and it's just a big part of fantasy lore now, which is great. What this means for Superman, however, is anybody's guess. This could be Warner Brothers kind of signaling that they're ready to let Henry Cavill go. Presumably Ben Affleck is done with Batman as well, so we may be seeing a full recasting of the Justice League. We may be seeing Wonder Woman, if Aquaman does well. It might be starting kind of over a little bit. There's also the new Joker movie that's coming as well. Very interesting days, but good news for Henry Cavill. He is definitely not my favorite actor in the world. I don't mean to harp on him. I think he's solid, but he's just not that exciting. I think he's a pretty solid Superman, but maybe this will change. He was all right in Mission Impossible Fallout, but this is definitely good news for him and for all the Henry Cavill fans out there. Now, over in the Marvel Universe, it looks like Drax isn't afraid to destroy his relationship with Disney. Guardians of the Galaxy star Dave Bautista has continued his public war of words against Disney over the firing of writer-director James Gunn. Speaking on the Jonathan Ross show, Bautista says that he's very unhappy about Disney's decision to fire Gunn over decade-old jokes, which has made his relationship with the studio very bitter. He admits that he's still not sure if he even wants to work with Disney at all, which means he could walk away from the franchise altogether. These are the strongest words yet from a member of the Guardians cast. Although all the lead actors have publicly voiced their support for Gunn, production of Guardians of the Galaxy 3 has been postponed indefinitely while Disney searches for a new director, and there's no telling when or if things will get back on track. This is very, very messy. It's it's obviously incredibly complicated. I have mad respect for Dave Bautista. Not only is he an incredible talent that I think the Guardians of the Galaxy movies have really been able to showcase, and the Avengers movie, Infinity War, have really been able to kind of show us how talented this guy is. But I just like the fact that he's sticking to his guns, and he's got a real strong virtue around all of this stuff. He supports his friend. He thinks it's crazy, all of these things. I just have mad respect for him. I think that's really, really cool. And clearly, we haven't heard the last of this, so Disney and Marvel have got some cleaning up to do. I don't know who's going to want to direct Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I don't know who's going to want to take over and assume that mantle. I think that's a very tricky thing. We may never see a Guardians of the Galaxy 3 with this cast. It may have to be scrubbed and started over again, which would be sad, but, these things have never happened before. This is the first time I've ever seen anything like that happen. But it's definitely very interesting days for Disney, and it's going to be weird to see them not do the same thing that they've done to James Gunn to other performers who have equally controversial backgrounds. Sarah Silverman. Anyways, let's get going. Get ready to return to the basement with another Binding of Isaac adventure. Creator Edmund McMillen has announced a new project called The Binding of Isaac Resistance. It's a standalone expansion to the original game, similar to the Rebirth and Afterbirth expansions, only this time around it's coming from an unlikely source. Repentance is actually based on a fan mod called Anti-Birth, with McMillan working with the mod's creator Vin to polish it and make it an official paid expansion. It will include new enemies, power-ups, playable characters, and music, and even new story cutscenes. The original game was released way back in 2011, and McMillan promises that this will be the final expansion, for real this time. No details on when the Binding of Isaac Repentance will arrive. This is amazing. I think it's incredible, the fan community that's out there. I follow Edmund McMillan, obviously, on Twitter, and I see all of the fan creations, the people that, get tattoos made, or they build their own stuffies or whatever, They just love this world, and clearly it's been a huge success for him and for the people that he has worked with to bring this game out, but also for the fans, and the fact that he's kind of reaching into the community and bringing this new content out there really speaks to the resonance that this game has had. It's kind of crazy that we're still talking about the original Binding of Isaac 7 years later like this, but that's testament to the quality of the game and how much it's beloved. That's very cool. Congratulations. Now, they're making a new Die Hard movie, and no, it's not going to be called Die Hardest. Speaking with Empire Magazine, Die Hard producer Lorenzo de Bonaventura has confirmed that a sixth film in the action franchise is on the way, and it already has a title, McClane. This means they're dropping the Die Hard moniker in favor of the main character's last name. Bonaventura says that this is because they want the new movie to explore John McClane's character in more depth than ever before. As for what it will be about, there are rumors that it will be a prequel set before the original movie, although this hasn't been confirmed. Bonaventura seems to cast doubt on this, saying that it's impossible for him to imagine a Die Hard movie without Bruce Willis, so we'll have to wait and see. No release window yet, and this will be the first Die Hard movie produced by Fox following their acquisition by Disney, which is expected to be completed within the next year. Am I excited for a new Die Hard movie? Not really. I feel like they've had a lot of long runway with these movies along the way. They've done some good, some bad, some awesome. But I feel like I'll go see it. I'm curious. I think what's happened is the last few have just kind of tarnished it, or the last couple at least. They've just sort of felt perfunctory, just like they're trying to recapture magic, and they couldn't. And Bruce Willis, I love the guy. He's an incredible, quirky action star, and he was great in the original, the first three Die Hard films. He's good as this character. I certainly don't think that he's too old to jump back in. I think we're in this era of, aging action stars being able to sort of hold their own on film, and I think he's definitely competent and capable of doing that. It just has to be a good movie. So I am not excited just by the brand of Die Hard coming out there. I'll be excited as I start to see some footage and I start to see the commitment from the people involved. And once they start sort of releasing some of the other names of enemies and other cast members and stuff that are going to be in this movie, then I'll start to get excited. But I'm holding my excitement right now. I'm not going to be super negative about it because maybe it will be awesome, but I'm certainly not super stoked. But let's get started with this day in Everything Cool. Welcome to This Day and Everything Cool for September 4th. On this day in 1998, the tech industry and the entire world began to change forever. Stanford University students Larry Page and Sergey Brin incorporated a new company called Google with the aim of securing investment in order to launch their own search engine. Up until that point, search engines ranked their results based on how many times a searched word appeared within a website, but Google did it differently. Larry Page and Sergey Brin came up with a new idea called PageRank, where the top search results were determined by how many pages existed within a website and how many other websites linked back to it. This meant that more important and relevant sites would appear first and be easier to find. Google launched to the public shortly after the company was incorporated, and it quickly grew in popularity, making other search engines obsolete, and the word Google itself eventually evolved into a verb meaning to search something. As Google grew, the company raked in revenue from advertisers, and they expanded into more than just a search engine, buying up other companies like YouTube in 2006. Today, Google is one of the biggest and most powerful companies in the world, with the ability to influence billions of people across the globe. What a weekend I had! And it's awesome to get caught up on awesome things that happened in the past like that with This Day and Everything Cool. But what a weekend. Fan Expo was just amazing. I talked a little bit about it at the top of the show, but I met some fantastic people, some people that I'd connected with many years ago. Like here's a picture of some friends that also took a picture 4 years ago. This is from Michael Nakarato. Michael Nakarato. But he took a picture of us 4 years ago, and then there we are again together, and it was super cool. Brian Jess said some wonderful things. Just thinking about Fan Expo, my favorite moment would have been spending his entire break from a 12-hour shift getting through human traffic just so he could come and say hi to me, which was rad. And he was a super nice guy. He was working at EB Games. Adam Riley worked with our old buddy in Thunder Bay, back in Thunder Bay, Rich Grundy, who now works at CBC. He's an awesome fellow, and we had some kind words to say about him. These guys were super wonderful. Just pictures everywhere. And, a lot of people were buying the EPN shirts. And what we are going to do is share a lot more. But I have to tell you what it means to me, because it's been a few years since I've been down to Fan Expo. And I knew it was going to be a big deal because of that. But I also knew that the shirts that we were bringing, that was the first time that we were ever offering anything to sell. And it was a bit weird, I have to be honest. I was working retail a little bit in front of these shirts, and I would have people walk by and they'd sort of judge the shirts, and they'd look at me, and they're like, some of them were like, I think I know that guy, because not everybody has followed us from TV to the YouTubes, which I understand, but it was a bit weird to be in that position of being a packaged good. And then I was also holding up our coffee and saying, that's me, because it's just incredible. But a lot of people were there to take pictures and shake my hand and walk away with the shirt. And then the next day I'd see some people walk by, like Randy, who came by a couple of times, and he was in the Injustice 2 tournament, and he did quite well. Good job, Randy. But it was just so sweet. It was just so nice, And what I heard, and I tweeted about it yesterday, is that a lot of people still really miss the TV aspect of what we used to do, And that was also evident in some of the families that came up. There was this dad that popped over, and he had been a fan, but he had his kids watching the shows and the content, and he bought a couple of shirts for each of the kids, and they were super psyched, and I signed them. But it really hit me that when we were on TV, we had a lot of families that watched it together. And on YouTube, as great as it is, and the community is amazing, and I'm never deviating from this desire to work with you guys and to deliver content like this. That would be foolish. EP Live is such an incredible thing to do, and it's just so amazing to see people in the chat and all that stuff. The one thing that we aren't really doing too often in YouTube, except for some of you, which you get a big thumbs up, is you're gathering a bunch of people and watching together in front of a television. And I miss that element of it, And I had a flashback to those days with a lot of longtime viewers that were excited to see that EP was back at Fan Expo. And also the Fan Expo folks were terrific as well because there were a lot of moving pieces here. I was working with Brad Maven, who I actually, we're going to run a little an interview that we did with him, but Brad Maven is right there. He's the owner of Deadly Grounds and 8-Bit Beans. He and his wife Katie were the ones that sort of led us into their booth, their home at Fan Expo. But they were wonderful. So we were working out what we were going to do there. I didn't know for sure if we were going to make it, but at the 11th hour, I reached out to Fan Expo and I said, I'd like to put on a panel. I'd like to sort of catch people up. And they accommodated all of that. They put me on the website right away. There was some, a little bit of juggling on timing and all that, but it came together quickly and it came together sort of late in the day. And I just have to thank everybody that took some time to come and visit and talk with me, about the work that we do. It was really, really nice. And I did tweet out yesterday that a lot of people were saying, why isn't this on TV? And a lot of people have liked and retweeted that tweet and took a picture of it and put it on Instagram. And all of that has been incredibly encouraging. And the other big part of the Fan Expo news, in addition to all of us just sort of saying like EP Live is our new show and this is what we've been doing and come and join the community, come and be a part of the chat and the Discord and all the other things that we're doing. In addition to all of that, we also announced that I'm partnering with The Escapist, which I think many of you probably already know. It's a deal where I'm just going to host and produce and sort of connect with people that I already know in the video game industry, and they're going to handle production, they're going to handle post-production and marketing and any partnership stuff that might arise out of that show. We're just going to make a good show, and it's going to be exclusive to those guys. And the way that I and Russ Pitts have been sort of bantering back and forth as we've been putting this deal together, it's kind of like this is my CNN, and I'm Anderson Cooper. All right, in quotes, I'm not comparing myself to Anderson Cooper. He's amazing. But I'm leaving CNN to go work on a 60-minute segment over there, and they're going to run it on The Escapist. And that's a cool thing for me personally, but also for the industry to see two competitors kind of work together like that. I don't see that often. And the effort and the energy that's going to go into that show is going to help to make it a very big part of what The Escapist is going forward, because they're relaunching right now. And I'm just excited to be working with that group. And their owners are actually the enthusiast gaming people who put on EGLX. So I will be going back out to probably do some stuff on stage at EGLX, but also some meet and greet stuff. And I'll be hanging with Brad again next month again in Toronto. So if you would like to come and if you're in the area and you'd like to come and meet with me or shake my hand or take a picture or whatever, please do. It's going to be fun at EGLX, and I'll definitely let everybody know what's going on with that. But the other big thing that happened, and I don't have pictures to show, but I just want to express how wonderful it was to go to Marissa Roberto's wedding to her husband now, Francisco. It was a really, really wonderful ceremony. They had it on at the Palais Royal, right on the water on Lakeshore. So looking out over the lake, and the sun was beautiful. It was very hot, but it was beautiful. And they were sort of silhouetted against the sun as Marissa came up to, Here Comes the Bride. But it was like a custom-made song that one of her friends sang, and it was beautiful. And it was just really touching. One of the cool things about the wedding is that Marissa, obviously, as she spoke about many times while she's been on our show, has a huge Italian wedding. And so she had tons of people from Italy, and she grew up in Saskatoon, so she had lots of family from Saskatoon there. But there were all these cute little Italian people, these little old cute Italian people running around, and they were so adorable and so in love with the night and with Marissa and Francisco, and they played a lot of old Italian music. And Francisco is Guatemalan, so there was a lot of Spanish-speaking people, lots of cute little Guatemalan people, and they were not that small. Okay, I don't mean to be derogatory, but it was a great, great evening. And on top of that, it was also an EP reunion. Steve and Raju were there, Jose was there, Adam, who worked with Steve and Raju and Marissa and Sean in Toronto, one of the camera operators and producers, he was there. Enzo was there, who's a Vancouver pal and he worked with us for many years. And then lots of people from the Xbox community and people from Marissa's new show HUD on Jinx and Northern Arena folks. It was awesome. It was just such a great way to celebrate a fantastic friend. And I could see how much of an impact she's made in so many different worlds, and I'm just proud of her and happy for her. And my whole family was there, my wife and my daughter. My daughter was crazy on the dance floor, and Steve Tilley was a champion for dancing so much with my kid. Same with Jose. But I just had a great time. It was really, really sweet, And unlike a lot of reality show garbage, there were no cameras there to capture all of this stuff and to make it some schmaltzy special or something. But it sure felt epic and wonderful. And in a way, I wish all of you guys were there to kind of see what went down. Definitely look up the hashtags, the wedding 29, and you're going to see pictures and video. I put up a bunch, and there's lots filtering in, but you can see it was nice. It was really cool. So congratulations to Marissa and Francisco. Thank you for having our family out there, and what a great celebration that all was. Okay, we are moving now into a brand new review on the run, but it's a review from the studio, and it's not a complete sort of dissection of every element of this because, as you know, it's been crazy busy, and I've been traveling, and I did not bring my PlayStation 4 with me, but I've been playing Dragon Quest XI, and I've been having a wonderful time with this game. This is definitely a traditional role-playing experience in the Dragon Quest kind of vein, with cartoony characters with big, beautiful eyes and lots of cool hairstyles and, dragons and creatures that you can ride and lots of monsters that you can fight. Akira Toriyama, I believe, is the character designer of a lot of stuff in here. You play the Luminary, this chosen one. We've heard this before in JRPGs, who is sort of raised by this wonderful couple in this little village after his mom, who's part of royalty, has to give her up because their kingdom is being besieged. So this kid grows up as sort of unaware of some of his heritage and some of his responsibility, and slowly starts to discover that he's got some cool powers and that he's got the light within him that is going to save the universe, kind of thing. One of those kinds of stories. And so he ventures off from his little village to the kingdom and quickly discovers that not everything is as it seems, and that some of the guidance that he had may not have been such good guidance, and a lot of innocent people are dead. I'm trying not to spoil stuff, but there's a lot of innocent people that become devastated by some evil forces out there, and along the way you fight and get into combat with all of these really cute little characters. And I think this is why I love the Dragon Quest games. I've loved them on the 3DS. I've checked out the the PS2 titles and stuff like that along the way, and this is absolutely the most breathtaking looking Dragon Quest game. Graphics are incredible. When you walk into towns, they feel vibrant and alive and a lot more open. There's many more sort of ways that you can interact with the world and doors that you can open, and you just feel like it's much more of a living experience. But the reason why I love these games is the crazy characters that you fight, like bunnycorns. Of course, slime is in there. You've got these mud statues that you fight, and skeleton riders, and these sort of robotic egg creatures that you can take out, and then some of them you can actually hop into and ride around in, and they've got jump power-ups and stuff. But as you progress into the game, the creature designs and the character designs just get cooler and cooler and cooler. There's such an irreverence and such a sense of fun. I'm about 12 hours into this game, so I've scratched the surface. I know that if you go into every sort of nook and cranny and do all of the side missions and go up and talk to everybody that sends you on a quest, you're going to be in this thing for 100 hours. There's definitely massive open experiences where you can cruise around and do a lot of exploring, and then there's tight little nooks and crannies, and there's crypts and tombs and things like that you have to kind of navigate through. There's children that you have to reunite with their parents. There's scared royalty that you kind of have to help out and they will scratch your back kind of thing. You will battle enormous bosses along the way. But in my 12 hours that I've played, it's been relatively smooth sailing. I haven't really had any major kind of difficulty spike or anything like that. It's been pretty easy. I've picked up a couple of people in my party. I've just assumed a pair of twins that have magical abilities that are helping me out in some pretty substantial ways. And of course, I've been able to, equip myself with better weaponry, better outfits, and I'm pretty damn powerful. I've got some great spells, and there's a tree, like a skill tree that you can sort of buy your way through by accumulating some of the points that you get in the game every time that you level up. And then you can also go to these little sort of campfires, and you can bring out a forge, like a forge that you can carry around with you, and then you can augment your weaponry and stuff like that, or you can build your own weaponry. You pick up recipes and stuff along the way. So there's a pretty interesting crafting mechanic in there as well. Lots of depth, lots of detail. I do have some complaints, though. It's not a game that sort of lifts on the the openness and the freedoms and the types of gameplay that just sort of keeps giving back to you, like The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. It's not like a reinvention of the mechanics of previous Dragon Quest games. It's definitely an iteration using the horsepower of today and sort of making us kind of stand back in awe at the beauty of it. Gorgeous visuals, great music, very good voiceover acting, but you can't go anywhere. There are invisible walls. There are, things that you can't chop down. There are enemies that you're just going to want to... It's not random battles, like they just sort of auto-populate all over the place. You can navigate around them, but there are times when you're just not going to want to get into a fight. You've played a lot of JRPGs like that. That being said, this is probably the most accessible and the easiest way to play a Dragon Quest game I've ever experienced. There's also it's sort of set by default. It has kind of an auto combat kind of feature to it. You can adjust all of the settings so you can make it as manual as you want, but you can sort of set your tactics so that when you get into battle, a lot of stuff will be handled for you, and you can sort of just sink into the story and into the exploration. Do I wish that this game picked up a little bit from the baton left behind from Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild? Yes. But there's some really nice action tuning in here. You can actually move around while you're in combat, so it's not just static screens and stuff. And there's some really nice diversification between the different characters and stuff. So you're going to see great visual effects, great flourishes. But more than anything, I think you're just going to be entranced by the really nice design. The really, really solid character design and the world building. It's a great game. It comes out today. It's out today. It's out on the PlayStation 4 and the PC, and this has been a really phenomenal couple of years of RPGs, and this is another great one. I'm going to give Dragon Quest XI a 9 out of 10. Okay, this is September. It's a big month. There is a ton of new titles headed our way, and some of the biggest are already here. Dragon Quest XI is already here. So I thought we would do our regular monthly look at the top 10 games coming out in this month. And we're already into September. Is it the 5th? What date is it today? It's the 5th? It's the 5th already. So it's already September 5th. We could have done this a little bit earlier, but we've been cranking busy. I thought I would count down my top 10, okay? On September 28th, Dragon Ball FighterZ finally hits the Switch. It's not losing one iota of its 60 frames per second awesomeness, and it's got all these very cool Dragon Ball Fighter characters. It's very accessible, and the combat is incredibly tuned. It's such a great game. Obviously, it's been out for a while. We've played it on the PS4 and the Xbox One. The Switch is going to be a very fun, top-level fighting experience, and one that you're going to be able to cart with you and hand somebody a Joy-Con and get into very flashy combat with. Tons of detail and tons of depth to that title. Very, very cool experience. Transference, which is coming out for the PlayStation VR on September 18th, is a mystery to me. I know that Elijah Wood is involved in getting this thing out through Ubisoft. It's kind of utilizing some video-type elements, and you're basically sort of solving a trippy mystery as you're working your way through the game. But I'm excited to see how the narrative kind of fares and how the immersion, the sense of immersion kind of fares. I'm definitely looking forward to this one. And I've got Firewall Zero, so you can expect some streams of that and a review of that very soon as well. Looking forward to getting the PSVR headset back on my head. SNK Heroines is coming out on September 4th. It's out right now. It's Tag Team Frenzy. This is using some of the SNK heroes that we've known over the years, but it's I guess it's doing a lot of gender swapping, so it's a lot of female characters in another fighting game from SNK. I'm a big fan of the SNK stuff. I don't know every single character. I don't know every single kind of deviation or change that they've put in there, but I'm always, delighted by the way that SNK brings out their fighting experiences. They perhaps do a few too many, but this seems like a very interesting, different tactic for them. And I think we're going to see some pretty cool stuff out of this. I'm looking forward to playing the SNK Heroines. On September 14th, we've got, this is like the sports month, right? This is when all the sports games come out. NHL 19 drops, and the big deal here is that you can go, it's not quite the elaborate story mode that you're seeing in other games like Madden and FIFA and NBA 2K. 19, but you can go from the pond hockey to the pro hockey. I think what's happening with the NHL games is that it's a smaller team. And so, and I read your tweets when I take a look at these things. It feels like it's 1 year it's super hot, 1 year it's a little bit cold. 1 year it's super hot, and I think we're supposed to be in the super hot year where it's going to be loaded with all kinds of new features, and it's going to be super well received by the hockey purists out there. I always have a great time playing the NHL game because I know that they kill themselves to make the title, and quite frankly, I'm not such a diehard, and I don't have just that time to play just hockey. So when I jump in, I usually have a good time, but I'm looking forward to checking out the new features and the new animations and the new widgets that they put into NHL for us. Life is Strange 2 Episode 1 drops on September 27th for the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, and the PC. This is Don't Nod taking us on a new story with new characters, showing us some supernatural and some super heroic kind of powers and effects. But more than that, giving us, storytelling and narrative and character interactions that kind of help raise the bar in the way that stories happen in video games, which is their forte, which is their MO these days. Plus, they are connoisseurs of choosing fantastic music to go along with their storytelling. Very much looking forward to playing Life is Strange 2, Episode 1 later this month. We were just at an event last week for NBA 2K19. I played a bunch, and the defense is definitely a big part of the experience now. They put the defensive controls back on the right thumbstick so you can actually swipe at the ball. It just feels incredibly organic. But they've also added a lot more refinement to the My Neighborhood sort of elements in here. And of course, this is a game that's all about creating a character and sort of living their story and guiding them through lots and lots of elaborate twists and turns and earning a lot of different benefits as you work your way through all the way into the league. But the core sort of experience is just so tight and so fun and so fluid. And I could feel when I was playing the game that because I played 2 full games, and I could feel that the AI was sort of getting smarter as I was playing, and they started to break my offense down, and that was humbling but impressive as hell. And this has been, historically, at least for the last few years, my favorite sports experience. So I can't wait for NBA 2K19. That drops on September 11th, just next week. Dragon Quest XI, Echoes of an Elusive Age. I just reviewed it. It's excellent. It's absolutely worth your time. Even if you're brand new to Dragon Quest games, I can guarantee that you're going to have a very fun time with this game, which has been crafted with love. So much beautiful detail and beautiful cutscenes. That's something I didn't talk about, is you can just get lost in it. But also a quibble that I have is in those cutscenes, you still have to press that button to kind of progress everything forward. I don't like to watch all the cutscenes out there, but when they're made with such attention to detail, I'd just like to be able to sit back and just enjoy them as movies, And when you have to press the button to keep going forward, I'm down on that. We've got another sort of RPG/strategy title that's coming out September 25th. Valkyria Chronicles 4 hits the PC, PS4, the Switch, and the Xbox One, so it's coming out everywhere. This is Sega saying the Valkyria Chronicles titles definitely deserve to live on in this current generation. We played a little bit of this at E3. Very cool, sort of water paint or watercolor kind of art style to it. I've always loved this blend of action and strategy, and it's the over-the-top storytelling and the cool units that you can control. Very much looking forward to this. It also feels like the perfect game to stick onto a Nintendo Switch. That's my console of choice for that title, but I know it's going to look great on wherever you play this game. And that comes out September 25th. I can't wait to get a review copy of that. A game I already have a review copy for is Shadow of the Tomb Raider. That comes out September 14th. On the PlayStation 4, Xbox, and PC. This is Lara Croft assuming the mantle as the toughest human in Central America or South America. She is such a badass. Gone through hell in the last two games, and now she's a little terrifying. And she's going to wreak some havoc on the bad guys around her, those poor, hapless bad guys. She's just going to murder you. And she's also going to be exploring some very deadly and dangerous tombs. I did a little swimming when I played this game last, and it was absolutely terrifying. What is up with people in real life that swim into caves and just keep swimming and swim? They hold their breath. They don't know if they can come up anywhere. They just hold their breath and go. Who does that? That's crazy. Well, you get to do that in the video game, which is out on September 14th. Can't wait. But the game that I also have a review code for, and I've been too busy to play, but pretty soon I will be playing it, is Marvel's Spider-Man, which comes out this Friday, September 7th. It's an exclusive for the PlayStation 4. Insomniac has killed themselves to make probably the most high-profile video game experience they've ever touched. This is a vaunted game developer that I have been covering for more than 20 years, and it's run by some of the best people in the video game industry, passionate, compassionate, just incredibly talented individuals that I feel like it's a really terrific coming together of a lot of things. Marvel Games saying that they can play in the Arkham Asylum sandbox again because it's been a long time since we've had sort of this epic AAA-style Marvel experience. Insomniac saying that they can play with a licensed character and change things up, and I really hope that they do. Some of the reviews are in. When I was on the road, Johnny Millennium texted me and said, "We are so lucky that we get to review games like this." And I wanted to kill him because I couldn't play the game. I was like, oh, I was so eager to get back and play this, and I'm about to, and I will have a review, my thoughts on the game for you as soon as we can. But that's it. That's my number one. So pretty damn decent September, right? And of course, there's going to be some betas and some, I think, early looks at stuff. There's a lot of other smaller types of titles. And every time I turn on the Switch, the PlayStation 4, Xbox, or PC, I'm aghast at the 90 new games that have just popped into the stores now. It just feels like, what? How are all these games getting made? It's crazy. We live in an incredible age, and there's lots of fun to be had. But that's my number one. Feel free to let me know in the comments below if you agree with my top 10 for September, or if you think I missed some. Feel free. Let me know. But right now, I want to introduce you to a friend of mine. Some of you may have seen a glimpse of this, and some of you may have met him in person. This is Brad Maven and his coffee business. One of the wonderfully surreal things that has happened with EPN this year is we have partnered with Deadly Grounds and 8-Bit Beans to make a coffee, which is called the Espresso Playground, which I've actually tried here for the first time here at Fan Expo. This is Brad Maven. And Brad, your story is one that I really identify with because it's nuts. You said you love zombies and horror,
right?
And you love coffee, and you made a business out of that.
Yeah, essentially. We started Deadly Grounds as a horror-themed coffee company.
Yeah.
Myself, I've always been a horror fan, but I've also been a gamer as well my whole life. So once we were kind of done, not really done, but got Deadly Grounds to the point where we were really happy with, I thought, okay, I want to now do our gaming line of coffee. And, I was always that younger gamer that would always go for a coffee while I was gaming instead of drinking a Mountain Dew, for example.
Yes.
So I wanted people that were like me to understand that there's something out there for them. And I thought of you right away, and that's why I reached out to you and said, hey, why don't we collaborate on something here?
Well, I was incredibly flattered when you did, and I thought this is one of the craziest pitches I've ever had. I really didn't know if it was ever going to happen.
Yeah.
But then you made it happen. We made it happen.
We made it happen. I mean, it was one of those things where you and I were back and forth for a while on it, and we both got so busy with our other things going on in our lives.
Yes,
and then we finally just said, let's just do this darn thing.
Absolutely.
And we did, and it's been really great so far.
It's been amazing, and the response has been super cool. They've been literally flying off the shelves here at Fan Expo.
Absolutely.
One of the coolest things is the logo that your friend Chris who works with you on lots of stuff designed. That was a surreal thing for me to see when that came back.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things that I'm very fortunate is that the network of people that I have in my circle that have different abilities, when it comes to marketing, graphic design. So I had this idea, and I think I bounced it off you about this idea of kind of a set and being very Electric Playground-ish. And what he came back with was pretty freaking amazing.
It was rad, man, super rad. And one of the behind-the-scenes stories here is that one of our first conversations is Brad had this tagline, "Fuel for the mature gamer,"
right.
And I made him change it from mature to savvy because
I never felt quite right, And I knew that, and I thought, with our personalities too, I think you said it, you're only mature because we have to be.
Yes.
We don't want to be, right?
Totally.
And the fuel for the savvy gamer, I think. A little more distinguished.
It's a little more distinguished, and we're all savvy if we're having coffee and playing forever. I think, right?
Yeah.
And so the cool thing about your company, though, is that it's not you have an actual location. Where's the location of Deadly Grounds?
So our Deadly Grounds Cafe is just about 40 minutes east of Toronto, a little town called Curtis. So we do all of our packaging there for Deadly Grounds and 8-Bit Beans. We have a full cafe, a full restaurant offering there. We do a lot of crazy stuff there. All of our stuff is, of course, horror themed right now as far as our drinks are concerned, our food, like a Transylvania melt and things like this.
Awesome commercials, too.
Yes, our commercials are pretty funny.
There's only one brew that gets my seal of approval.
We're working on a really cool one for 8-Bit Beans as well, so look forward to that.
And you're expanding.
And we're expanding. So the next thing that's happening for Deadly Grounds / 8-Bit Beans is we're taking over a spot next to us, another unit, and that's going to be our 8-Bit gaming room, essentially. So we're going to have an arcade in there. We're going to have board gaming areas for people to come and just hang out and play games and play forever.
And that's where I'm going to be coming to hang out next time I'm in Toronto for sure. But people can also pick up your coffee because you're shipping it into different coffee shops all across the country. All across just Canada for now?
Right now, just Canada. We do have a partner in the States for Deadly Grounds, so he takes care of everything kind of south of the border for Deadly.
Cool.
But 8-Bit Beans is available worldwide. You can get it wherever you are.
Yep.
We ship anywhere. And cafe-wise, we have about 100 stores across Canada that currently carry Deadly Grounds. Now we got to get those people carrying 8-Bit Beans too.
Well, I got to tell you, Brad, it's been incredible getting to know you. This is the first time we're actually physically on location together like this, but it's so surreal to be the face of a coffee package that looks like an old Nintendo cartridge, which is the other cool thing.
Yeah.
This is amazing. And of course, you can get it in the store, but also 8bitbeans.com.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Thanks, brother. All right, so Brad Maven is the real deal. He's such an incredible guy, and I had so much fun with he and his wife, Katie, at the booth. It was I didn't know what I was getting into when I was down there, so it was kind of surreal. But they were wonderful. They were wonderful. It was very strange to actually pick up, and I don't know why I didn't get some of the coffee. I should have had it on the set right now. I'll have to talk to Brad about that. But it was very surreal to pick that thing up. That was the first time I'd actually seen it, physically, and to see my face on that thing. Well, it was an 8-bit version of me. It was crazy. It was super crazy. This is Let's Play and Chat. Today we are going to talk about and play a little PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds on the Xbox One. I've got it on the S right here. This is the day that the version 1.0 update is live. And so we're going to play. We're going to jump right in and give it a shot. Got your comment, Adrian Leon, about reviewing Spider-Man with Tommy. I am definitely going to reach out to him and see if he's getting the game, and then we can talk about it maybe next week. I think that would be so much fun. And also we can kind of catch up and see. I haven't done it yet, so I can't promise, but I'm going to reach out and see if he can do it. But Blake is going to come up and join me, and he's going to help me follow along in the chat, and I'm going to try to stay alive and do some interesting stuff in PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, which I have not played in many a month, but I'm excited to see how it's playing on the Xbox.
Just let me hear the game before I...
Okay, we're jumping in.
Make sure the audio's good.
Okay. Starting the matchmaking. Cranky Puss is coming. It's all good. He's on the way. Adam Donnelly. Can't wait to check out the Deadly Ground store. Met you guys at Fan Expo, but never realized they're only 20 minutes away. Yeah, Adam, that's it's very cool. They're not far from downtown Toronto, which is great. When I am back, actually, for EGLX, my intention is to go and hang out with those guys. We'll probably shoot some stuff from the store. And they are expanding. They're going to have an 8-bit Beans store as well, right next to Deadly Ground. So that's going to be rad. Hey Vic, at Fan Expo, that Spider-Man cosplay costume on your Insta page is my brother Juan. That's so great, Luis Morales. That kid was awesome. It's amazing to see the cosplay for the game, right? And I still am not a huge fan of the white Spidey logo. And Brian Intihar, who I've known forever because he's the creative director at Insomniac, he said, I'm going to love it. He said, it's in the game, in the story of the game, I'm going to love it. Okay. All right, Blake's giving me orders. Oh, it didn't save. I changed all of this. That's crazy. It didn't change that. I'm invert. Okay, here we go. Oh, it did. But not in the... Okay, here we go. I guess not in the front end. This is 1.0, I think. I don't know if it's perfect yet. All right, we're going to find out.
The audio should be good, but let me know.
Okay, jumping out.
So is this the first time you've played this on the Xbox One, Vic?
No, I touched it, and I've played a couple of games and been killed and stuff. I just wanted to see how it ran around. It doesn't look as good as the PC. It still doesn't. But
It's still pretty comparable, though.
it's all right. Yeah, it's all right. I mean, the gameplay is going to be okay. But I figured let's check this out together. Let's see how long I last.
Are you more of a mouse and keyboard guy or a controller
No,
guy?
not anymore.
You prefer controllers?
Yeah, yeah. I've been playing on consoles too much. I still can play mouse and keyboard, and when I go to events and things like that, and it's set up like that, I'm okay with it. But I'm certainly not. I'm not a pro shooter player. I'm usually in the middle when I play.
Blade Blur says, can I get a shout out to Abby Jamison? Her birthday was September 1st.
Oh, happy birthday, Abby. Very cool. I hope she's in the chat right now. Thank you for your support. I hope you're having an amazing birthday weekend, or you had an amazing long birthday weekend. What's going on
Oh,
here?
there's lots of lag.
That's crap.
That's not good. You're hardwired, right?
Yep.
That's not good.
Whoa.
Are you sure this is Sandhook?
I just pressed play.
It must be Sandhawk because it's not the desert map and I don't recognize this.
This is crap though. What's going on?
Maybe the servers are overloaded because it's launch day?
Could be. See that pop in right there? Come on.
I mean, we usually don't have problems with our lag
Never.
and streaming at the same time.
Nope.
Because we're streaming from the same network, but that's not usually a problem.
We have lots of bandwidth. Seems like it's fixing itself up.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody's shooting at me already. Oh, I can't look at the. There's lag on the TV, so I got to look at the. I have to look at the computer monitor to play it. Go ahead and ask me questions, guys. Remember, all caps if you got something.
Sam I am 111. What is your take on Housemarque's Storm Divers?
No, I haven't checked it out, but I love Housemarque. They're an amazing developer.
Oh, it's a developer. Okay.
Yeah. I haven't checked it out yet, though. Is it another redo on a classic arcade game?
Let me ask Google.
Okay.
I've never heard of this game at all.
Okay, I got a helmet on. I'm invincible now. I just need a weapon of some kind.
You got a kill the first time you played this. Like, you streamed the very first time you ever touched this game.
That's right. I drove over somebody, yeah.
And that's pretty impressive. Like, everyone I know who plays this game didn't get a kill the first time they play it.
Oh, yeah?
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's hard when the first time you play a game to get a kill unless you're like a pro gamer.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, Storm Divers looks like... Is it a Battle Royale game? It's like some kind of third-person shooter thing.
Oh, really?
That's pretty cool. Makers of Resogun, yeah.
Yep.
Something we should check out.
Yeah, there are so many games coming out now, man. I talked to a developer recently at a game studio, and I dropped Owlboy and Dead Cells and Moonlighter and a couple of others, and he hadn't heard of any of them. And I'm just like, that is just indicative of what's going on in the games industry, man. Like, unless you're coming out with tons of marketing or you're controversial or whatever, it's so hard to break through, you know? It's so hard to get, even people that know the business aren't aware of stuff, which is nuts.
Remember, you know,
Into the Breach is the new one as well, too, which is, well, it's not new. It's been on the PC, but I just downloaded that to the Switch, and it's terrific.
You know, you need to follow that line on the map, right?
Yeah, I got to get out of here.
Yeah. There's like, if you follow on your mini map, there's like a dotted line. You gotta follow that.
Okay. Just go this way?
Yeah. Follow
No,
the
the dotted line's where I came from.
No. That's telling you where you need to go.
Well, if I go this way, I don't know.
You gotta go to where the white circle is.
Okay.
The red circle is
weapons. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, I get that.
Yay! Why would they put? I guess it's all random. They put 2 shotguns right beside each other.
As if you're on a team.
Okay.
Now you got 2 shotguns. You look like a total badass.
I guess I do, right?
Colin McDonald. Hey Vic, will you be watching Iron Fist Season 2 this weekend?
I'll be playing Spider-Man as much as I possibly can. On Saturday I'm hosting TEDx Vancouver. I think I've told some of you know. It's an incredible honor, and it's also a massive responsibility. I finished my first draft of the script. How do I get my weapon? There, okay. Oh, that was smart. I finished my first draft of my script, but now I have to memorize a lot of it. So I'm going to be super busy with that. And then on Saturday all day, it's TEDx Vancouver. So I will not be watching anything or playing anything for most of that day. And tomorrow, almost all day, I'm at XDS, which is the External Development Summit, which is about all the developers that work with game makers, but they're not internal. So they have these little smaller companies, and they work on elements within a massive game. I'm hosting there, and I'll be super busy tomorrow as well. So in between that memorization and all that stuff, I'll be playing Spider-Man. Maybe on Sunday I will start a little Iron Fist 2, but I also want to watch Ozark Season 2 as well. But I've got a bunch of games, and I know you guys have been waiting for some reviews. That's what next week is going to be all
You're
about.
going the wrong way, Vic.
Am I?
Yeah,
okay.
You're going to start dying soon. You gotta hurry.
Okay, all right. Thanks, buddy. That's what next week is going to be all about. Lots and lots of reviews.
Chronicles of WAG. Question. Are you going to check out DayZ, which just released on the Xbox One game preview program?
Yeah, I want to check that game out.
Didn't we play? What was that other zombie game you played?
That was State of Decay 2, which was actually kind of cool, and I know they've updated that one as well. I'd like to get back to some of that stuff, but I think my next little while is going to be about Spider-Man. I'd like to play a little more Dragon Quest, but I don't know how likely that's going to be. I want to play Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I've got the new PES is in. I'm sure FIFA and NBA 2K and NHL, all that stuff's going to start coming my way pretty soon. I'm just going to try to keep up with everything, guys, and get as many reviews to you as I can. And we'll stream a lot of new stuff as well. I think we'll try to do as many EP lives as we can next week.
Devira77, love this channel. You rock, Vic.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, it's been an amazing year. A lot of people don't realize what a joy it is to make EP live. It's super fun to kind of construct a streaming show as if we were doing like a full television show with edited bits and some structure to it. It's very rewarding. You finish the stream and it's just like, yeah, we just shipped a great show, and it's made even better by your contributions and your sharing of your thoughts and your comments and all that. Like this really just hits another level when we have an awesome chat like we do. We're very, very happy and very...
There's a guy behind you.
Very grateful that you're all here. Is he right behind me? Okay. I'm okay.
Hide behind that tree, Vic.
Do I have any health?
Your health is...
do I have any...
the bottom bar there?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, you mean do you have any health packs? I don't know. Did you pick up any?
I don't know. Where is he? Oh,
shit.
Dead. I was changing weapons. Oh, he got me. Okay.
Noobed that.
What's that?
We noobed that.
We noobed it. We did.
Question, is there going to be an EP live tomorrow, or what is the schedule this week? I guess you just kind of answered that.
The schedule this week is we'll see you next week. I may do an unboxing of something very cool on Friday. I think you could probably guess what that is. But and we do have a couple of pieces of content that haven't been edited yet that maybe Blake will be able to do. But I think I have to focus on my hosting responsibilities at hand, which is.
And we have another project that we're not allowed to talk about yet.
That's right. Yes.
We have to concentrate on.
Yeah, exactly. So this feels like a good week to do this, to touch base, to tell you that we are still rocking. Everything is great. But
you got a free gift, Vic.
Well,
Did you see
we're
that?
busy. What was it?
It's a free gift. Welcome to 1.0.
Oh, okay, great.
So you gotta look at like a hoodie or a hat, maybe.
Let's see it. Okay, continue. I'll get it after.
And I have a question from Donnie Swangore.
Yes.
Donnie S. Has anyone had any luck trying to get a tall fitted EPN shirt? I can't seem to get that size, but other shirts on the store have tall sizes.
What store?
Yeah, what store?
On Teespring or who's asking? Donnie
Swangore.
On Teespring or Destroy All Humans? Designed by humans. That's awesome.
Blade Blur's birthday is tomorrow, so
Blade Blur,
happy birthday ahead of time a bit.
Yeah, we're not going to have a live show tomorrow, so please take this virtual gift.
Here's our happy birthday.
There it is.
To you.
Hearts. You're the best. Thank you.
We're going to pull a happy birthday right out of Spider-Man's head.
Oh, brains!
And there it is.
Chilled monkey brains. Did you pull Superman to put him on the desk because of Henry Cavill?
Because of Henry Cavill being not Superman anymore.
Maybe he'll come back as Russian.
As communist Superman?
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. I'm adding you to my PSN friends. Canuck Jester is my name. Now it's time for more Firewall. Yeah, that's the other game that I got to play, some Firewall. And I do have a couple of Switch games that I've been playing, which I will have some thoughts on very soon as well.
Tyler Fisher says, comment, Vic, loving my new EPN mug.
Right on. Yeah, that picture is great, dude. I didn't have time to collect a whole bunch of photos, but next week we will start to show off some of the people that are wearing the EPN logo loud and proud out there, which is so cool. Thank you. All right, so I don't know the maps. There's only two, right? Is this the other one, or is this
that looks like
this is the desert one?
Is that Sandhawk? No, that's Sandhawk, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, that must be Sandhawk.
Why don't they tell you stuff like that? Like, there's lots of room. You can't do anything except eject. Why don't they have?
No, that's the new one, because it's smaller. Yeah, that's the new map.
So what's the new map? Sandhawk.
Sandhawk, yeah.
Okay.
That's the new one. So Donnie Swangore.
Thank you, Blade Blur. I think you're doing it the wrong way, though. I think we're supposed to somehow super chat you somehow.
Donnie Swangore says it's the Designed by Humans store.
Oh, okay. And they didn't have the size. You know what? Tweet them, Donnie. I found that they're very receptive and very cool with they're right on it with their socials. So if you're looking for a specific size, just tweet at them and CC me. And every time people have done that, I've seen them reply right away. This is one of the things, by the way, that freak me out about getting into any kind of a merch thing, because the minute we're starting to worry about specific sizes and like shipping and where this is, it becomes like a big part of my anxiety, because I don't want you guys to spend money on this stuff and not be happy, you know. And I know that Design by Humans and Teespring and also 8-Bit Beans, they don't want you to not be happy either, you know. So use the social tools, and you feel free to CC me on any of those comments to them. I think Tyler Fisher did something on, because there was a deal that he couldn't activate somehow on our stuff that Design by Humans had set up. So if you're ever in that situation, you're picking something up, and for whatever reason you need some assistance from them, tweet them, CC me, okay? And hopefully you'll see some good luck out of that.
Adrian Leon is dying to know if we're going to watch Insatiable on Netflix. I don't know, what is Insatiable? Oh, that's that stupid fat shaming show? Is that what that is?
What?
Is that the show where she's fat? It's like a high school girl who's fat, and then she gets really skinny and hot. It's like body, and everyone's pissed off because it's body shaming. Am I misremembering?
I've never heard of it.
Insatiable.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe? I think I'm in game mode for the most part. I know I have Ozark on my my TwoView.
Yeah, Insatiable is like the fat shaming show.
Okay, I've got a screening of Peppermint that I may have time to go and race out to tomorrow night. I haven't determined that yet, but I'm curious because I'm a Jennifer Garner fan. Who else loves Jennifer Garner from Alias? She's awesome. Your hands down, not a fan. Also, she's Ben Affleck's.
She ruined Elektra for me.
It wasn't her fault. She's also Ben Affleck's guardian angel, which makes her even doubly more cool.
Are they still married?
No, they're divorced, but she's like,
good for her.
She's taking care of him. You know?
Is she really?
Yeah. Oh. She got him to rehab.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah. Anyways, she's dope, and I want to go see her. I want to support her. Hopefully the movie's good. Yeah.
Famous Samus.
Yes.
What do you think about photo mode in games?
Love it. I wish it was in every game. I like the social aspects of sharing games is such a cool thing. Obviously streaming and everything. Pick it up. I just tap it. Okay. Obviously streaming is huge, but I just love clipping things out. Like I like it, the 30. I mean, I wish there were more options on the Switch. I also wish that every one of them offered the chance to share it, like include looking at you, Xbox, to YouTube, because when you're talking about aggregating a whole bunch of content, I don't think any other video service right now does it better than YouTube. And some of them don't let you post to YouTube, which is nuts. But I really dig it. Yeah, photo sharing is awesome. I love all the photo modes that Super Mario Odyssey has. Yeah, I think it should be in every game. Good question.
Blade Blur has a question. Would you do a con in the U.S. in the same vein as Fan Expo?
100%. One of the things that I'm kind of recognizing, and I saw it firsthand when I was at Fan Expo, is that people just thought we just disappeared, and it's because everybody's busy. So you can't expect that people are just going to follow you and follow your career. And, I know that we had many hundreds of thousands of people that watched our content that never got to know my name and probably didn't know the name of the show, but they watched the show and they dug it, and they didn't follow me on Twitter and they weren't on YouTube. But, in person, I met a lot of people that were just like, wow, you're still doing this? Where can I watch your stuff? And what's it called now? Is it different? And it's like, no, it's still Electric Playground. EPN is sort of the, I had to explain a little bit. So I'm realizing that I need to go to more cons, and I don't have the budget to just fly myself and put myself up everywhere, though. So it's going to have to be kind of in concert with some other folks and some support. But the other side of it is that now we have T-shirts and things like that we can bring and offer to people, and I want to do all that. And man, it was just damn fun, and the panel was a blast. I wish all of you guys were there. It was really, really cool. And then while we were there, Bear actually worked for us and went down to PAX and shot some interviews. So we're going to have some interviews from Bear on the channel pretty soon. And he had a great time too. I don't know why they're on the same weekend. I hope PAX and Fan Expo figure that out.
Yeah, and also Dragon Con.
And Dragon Con. Yeah, we saw Sean actually at Fan Expo on Friday. and he was headed down to Dragon Con, but it was great to see him. He's doing fantastic. Okay. I think I was just in here.
Has a follow-up to that. He says, well, for the American viewers, it'll be tough to re-explain, but I can talk to a big gaming con in the East Coast and see maybe if they can reach out to you if you want.
Oh, I'd love it.
What gaming con are you talking about? What would be the big game? I guess PAX East?
Yeah, they have tons, man. There's like retro cons and all kinds of stuff. I mean, I still want to be making content, so I don't want every weekend, you know, like I'm on a plane flying around. Like it's going to be important for me to be in the
Can you drive
space
that
and
truck, Vic?
yeah, let's go give it a shot.
Try driving that.
But I do want to come to more stuff for sure. So if you guys know people that are looking for guests and for, you know, people to moderate or whatever, or to host panels or
On your way.
whatever, let me know. I don't want to die. What is all this stuff? Okay, here we go. Shit, where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Ah!
You dead?
Feels sluggish. I don't know if that's the controller setting or what, but it felt too long to turn around. Exit the lobby. Let's go.
Question: would you guys make EPN pins from Spidey82?
We met you, Spidey82.
Did we?
We met him in person. Yeah, I forget your real name, but that was awesome. Pins. Yeah.
Did they not have pins on one of those stores?
I didn't, you know, like I didn't want to just like, here's everything. I like wanted to see if people wanted to buy
Aren't those
things.
stores like, a lot of them you just take the logo and put it on any item you want, basically? Don't most of those stores do that?
PUBG 5. Yes, a lot of them do. But I didn't want to like overdo it.
We could have, think of all the different random things we could have. We could have like EP branded, I don't know. What would be a weird thing to have on the EP logo on?
Pajamas.
Pajamas. EP branded decals for your car.
So I haven't unlocked any of that stuff. Okay.
Joy Owen says, just join now was working. I'm so glad you are back. I love EP Live. Well, problem is, Joy, you missed what we were talking about
Game
earlier.
skins, Paul Adamson saying. Actually, Paul set up a watch. I know that he sent me a link to, and I tried to get it, but I couldn't figure it out. Like a watch skin, which would be pretty cool.
Oh, here's a good question. The
yes, it is. Good looker. Great question. The coffee fair trade?
Yeah, is EPN coffee fair trade?
Yes. We asked Brad about that specifically, and he said absolutely. It's ethically sourced and all of that stuff. They work with a what are the coffee people called? Roasters? A roaster? I think they're the roasters.
Coffee supplier?
Yeah, but they source it all, and it's all on their site. I think you probably should just go to the Deadly Ground site or 8-Bit Beans and sort of dig down,
They have all the information.
or ask them directly on, because I'm speaking for them or on their behalf, but they did confirm that was. I knew that somebody would ask about that. But yes. And it tastes great. I got a chance to actually try the Espresso Playground at Fan Expo, and it was great. It wasn't espresso though; it was drip, but you can still make it as drip coffee, and it was great. And now we're talking about our next coffee flavors, which we should be able to announce soon.
Jordan Cunningham keeps asking about you talked about this, but you're getting Valkyria Chronicles on the Switch, right?
Yeah, that's where I want to play it. Yeah.
The Switch trumps everything because even though the graphics aren't as good, you can play it on an airplane.
I'll be playing on the plane for sure. I have found that Overcooked 2, and my daughter said this to me, which was weird because she's got 6-year-old eyes. I have 26-year-old eyes, and we both had an issue with seeing all the detail on Overcooked 2. There's a lot of little tiny things that you have to pick up, rice and fish and things like that, and we just couldn't play it. We were trying to play it together.
Try to find the caves. There's supposed to be caves in this map.
Okay.
Is there anything that looks like a cave entrance?
I would just like to try to find a gun
there.
and hold it out and shoot at somebody. If we could get to
There's
that.
probably guns in the cave.
Okay, well, let's see.
Try that big circle thing in the middle there. That looks like it might be a cave. There's supposed to be a big circular entrance.
Right there?
It's like a gorge, and you can go inside it.
Right there?
I think so, yeah. Try that.
Oh, your dad plays this, right?
No, but we did news stories and stuff on it.
Okay.
Because it's supposed to be like the caves in Thailand.
Oh, sweet.
Hopefully, like, Elon Musk doesn't call you a pedophile or anything.
Right,
Trying to go in
yes,
there.
right, yeah. There's a whole bunch of circular...
Yeah. It might be that over there.
That looks like it's the cave. Way over there.
Try to see if you can get there.
Yeah, and there's some ancient ruins and stuff. This is cool. So I feel like I didn't have any choice on, and I don't know how to navigate the front end or anything like that very well, but I feel like I had no choice. I just hit play, and then it chose this map for me. Is that the way that this game works now?
I don't know. I don't know. It might just be favoring Sandhawk, or maybe most of the people running the servers are favoring it because it's
Sure.
a new map.
Sure,
maybe?
sure. Yeah.
Not sure.
Ragged Jagged is somebody's gamer tag. That's pretty good.
Tyler Fisher says, you admit to stealing the eyes of a 26-year-old. You'd want to steal a bit younger because by the time you're 26, that's when your eyes start going.
It's true.
Like, I didn't wear glasses until I was about 25, 26.
I just make eyes. I just make eyes. I just do eyes. I just do eyes.
That movie's so good.
I love that guy.
I went to go watch Blade Runner the other day, and I couldn't because I gave my mom my copy, and I haven't got it back yet.
Oh, Mom.
Mom, taking my Blade Runner.
Shakes fist.
You whippersnappers taking my copy of Blade Runner.
Okay. I love that the gun that you get, or you hold to reload, is totally empty. So you're screwed the minute you pick that thing up. Okay.
Now, here's the question. Can you drive that thing, and can you run people over with it and throw them into the wood chipper?
This
thing. It's a thresher, right?
Yeah.
That'd be so cool if you could run people over with that thing.
Where would I jump?
I guess you
I don't
can't.
even know where the
It looks
steering
like you
wheel would be.
can't.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah.
I think I can.
Nope.
No.
There's a
Okay.
bicycle. Try to ride that.
Where is it?
On your left. Go left.
Okay.
Right there.
Okay. No.
Oh. 2 out of 10. No bicycle.
Does
That
this
truck you might be able to drive.
does this truck work?
Oh no, it has no wheels.
Somebody shooting at me already? No. Okay, well I have weaponry. I'm trying to go to the caves, right? And where are they?
I guess it doesn't really matter. I mean, maybe it's not even in the Xbox version. I don't know. It's got to be that thing in the middle. That looks like a cave entrance.
Where? Right in the middle?
Right there.
Right
Above
here?
You, above you.
Where?
Go left. See that?
That's
It's
that's a lake.
You sure?
Yeah. I think it's in here
Oh,
somewhere.
there it is. It says cave. Go down.
Where?
Go down right there. It
Right
says
here?
Cave, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's where it is. Okay, let's go get her. But
Can
I'm
you
gonna
set a
die.
marker on your,
I'm gonna die though.
Can you set a waypoint?
If I go there, I'm dead though.
Oh yeah, because the circle. Well, now we know where it is for next time.
Okay.
So that's good.
All right. There won't be a next time because I'm going all the way. I'm gonna win, and then I'm just gonna be Fortnite dancing the whole time after I win. That's it. There's gonna be 4 hours of me Fortnite dancing all alone out there.
People are saying they don't really drink coffee. Yeah, we got that a lot at Fan Expo.
We need you to
actually.
start. We need you to
start.
just order as many bags of coffee and just be jittery all the time. Okay, it's very good for you.
I kept having this problem because
Pour it in your eyeballs.
we were standing there next to this coffee all day, and I was making a conscious attempt not to drink full cups.
Yeah.
I was just drinking the sampled cups, but even that was enough
good.
to like
Yeah. Oh,
jolt me.
now that's crazy. I'm on the back of the bike and I can't switch.
It's every game. Every game does
But
that.
I couldn't switch to the front.
You must be able to.
All right.
I refuse to.
Okay, where am I going? Where am I going? I'm going up right into the
Just
middle.
go drive around and try to run people over.
Okay.
Let us know if the audio's okay. This might be loud.
Dead.
die?
Oh, dead. I was a little more
Oh, you
fragile
got
than I
36
thought.
battle points as a reward.
I was amazing. I was the 53rd guy. I was right in the middle, just like I told you guys.
It's a lot of hard work. you
Right
guys
in the
did.
middle.
Yep.
That was very good right there. Yeah.
Tyler Fisher has a comment. Vic, I really love the Christmas 2016 episode you did with Johnny. Sorry to hear about your ma. You and I had very similar upbringings, but you followed your passions. Good on you.
Oh, that's very sweet, man. That's very nice. Thank you. Thank you. I'm just going to leave it at thank you.
SamIM111.
Yep.
Do you think Devolver Digital's Scum has too many micromanagement? Too much micromanagement?
I've just heard Scum be battered around, and I have no idea what that game is. I should check it out. I haven't played it. Is it sort of like a take on the Scum engine that LucasArts used to do, or is it a totally different
Let
thing?
me Google it.
Okay.
And in the meantime, Jordan Cunningham wants to know if you're going to review Dead Cells or The Messenger.
I I'm not going to review Dead Cells because we devoted a huge chunk of time to it in one of our last EP lives, and I gave it a 10 out of 10 already, so I'm not going to go out solo and shoot this. I still play it. It's insanely good. Everybody should get it, and it's an excellent fit for the Switch. So if you have the Switch, I 100% get behind it and guarantee that you will have an incredible time with Dead Cells. It's the game that Foobs has streamed for 3,000 hours or something. He gave it a 10 too, and he's still playing that game as well. And I've heard great things about The Messenger, so I think that might be the next indie title or the smaller title that I'm going to get. I am into the Breach, and I am into Overcooked 2, and I have started to dabble a little bit in Monster Hunter Generations as well. But you know, I got Spider-Man. And
Play that and Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
Play Spider-Man, then play Tomb Raider.
I think Spider-Man's going to take it was my #1 most anticipated game almost of the year, but of September for sure.
Try to get to the cave now.
So I think I'm playing that, if that's cool with you guys.
Can you go to the big map while you're still in the plane?
Yes.
So.
Oh, it's way down at the bottom.
Where did we
Oh, no,
decide it was?
it's right over in there. I'm getting close to it. I want to do it about now.
Okay, I'll let you do it. I don't remember where it
Okay.
was. Oh, no, this is a different map.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
Damn it.
Yeah, it is.
We just figured out where the cave was.
Right.
Oh, well. Are you ready to find out what Scum is?
Yep.
Scum is an open-world prison riot survival game.
Oh, crazy.
So it's like if A Way Out was fun.
Oh, wow. Way Out is fun.
If A Way Out was a game and not a cutscene.
A Way Out got fun. It wasn't fun right
It felt
from the
like
beginning.
it felt very handled.
We found the fun in A Way Out.
You found your fun.
Abby Jameson is
Frankie
not
Puss wasn't having fun.
unreasonably. You are not unreasonably excited for Mega Man 11. It is a blast. We had a very good time. Is that this month, Mega Man 11? Because if it is, it should have been on my list.
That's
Okay.
I want to say that's November.
I may have screwed up if that's out this month, because that would definitely be on the list.
October.
Phew! Okay, that video
game
can
is
still
pretty good.
stand. Yes.
I was totally backseat driving when you were playing.
Oh, you were
it,
getting
too.
so angry.
Because
you started angry.
You were trying to run and
then
gun, and you
if,
weren't.
And then if I start sucking at games, it's like
Because you were like, I was like, Vic, you have to wait.
head turns
when you
red.
go into a new area,
Steam. Yeah.
when the screen goes over and you see a new thing, you just have to wait and look at the timing and then go. You were just running through everything and dying all the time.
I think you were shooting me at the time, so
Yeah,
I was
and getting
performing a little
frustrated.
bit.
I was like, Vic,
I know.
Stop doing that.
I know. I know.
anyway, it's a fun game.
Maybe I was doing it just for the video reference.
You
Maybe
might have, yeah.
That was the only reason why I was doing it.
That would be good fourth wall breaking.
Or maybe I just enjoy you
You're just playing to the camera.
fuming. The cranky puss and full cranky.
EPN needs a new channel trailer, and that bike wreck scene with theme songs needs to be the intro. I don't know.
Oh, well, we probably do need
we have
a new trailer.
We have a million other things we need to edit right now.
I'll tell you what's going to be happening relatively soon is I'm going to hire someone to freshen up the graphics a little bit, give us some new kinds of looks and things.
I fully endorse this.
I think it's time, right? Yeah. Maybe make some 4K stuff.
Tyler Fisher says, play A Way Out with Tommy.
I want to do Spider-Man with Tommy. That's what I really want to do. It'd be fun to do a bunch of Spider-Man games with Tommy.
Doy Owen is asking, Vic, are you going to review Dragon Quest XI?
I just did.
We did earlier today.
I did, but the caveat is that I haven't played I played about 12 hours of it, and it's a massive, massive game.
It's just because Doy Owen came in just recently.
But I can tell you that it's fantastic. You know, the mechanics are there, the story is there. It's a rich, cool game with lots of great details. JRPG fans are going to love it, and I think anybody that's into sort of an animated kind of look for this kind of stuff. Where the car? Where that?
Yeah, can you drive that, or is it dead?
I think it's dead. Oh,
No, it's real.
Okay, but I need some weapons.
Do it.
All right, I'm gonna try not to run right into a wall in that car. What is this? Oh, weapons.
Do it.
Nice.
Dual wield those pistols like Lara Croft.
There we go. There we go. Can I?
I don't think you can, no.
No. Okay. Reloading. See if anybody's in this house. Uh-oh, red zone. Am I in it? No. I'm okay. It sure looks kind of sparse on the Xbox, huh? This is the S, so it's not the X. But it sure could look better than this, I feel.
Vic, have you played Paperboy on the NES?
Yes.
We're both old enough to have played that.
I did play it. I played Paperboy on the Lynx more, though. So there's that.
I remember playing Paperboy. I'm old enough to remember that game.
Who
on
else
the
had a
NES.
Lynx or still has a Lynx, an Atari Lynx?
I
I'm
don't know
very
what that
curious.
is. I don't know what that is.
It was
I do.
Atari's fantastic game, handheld game system, and I've got a little anecdote about that. I bought my first Atari Lynx just before I went on a cross-country theater tour in a Axis Mime theater production of Spud the Amazing. I played Gus, who was kind of like the show-off, older kid in this group of things, and Spud was like the kid that everybody picked on, including Gus a little bit. But I wasn't a bully. I was just a bit of a jerk. And then I find how to be a nice guy by the end of the story. But I got to play the Lynx in our van because we traveled around and set up at elementary schools all over the place and then put on the show and then pack. I got huge muscles doing that. It was awesome. But I played the Lynx, and all of my other castmates / production people that put the set together with me got so jealous that I could escape into my video games while we were on miles and miles of Canadian roads, especially during the winter. And I fell in love with that console, that handheld machine. It was a great system, and there were tons of great games for that thing. So yeah, I also had the Game Boy at that time. Oh no, actually I did. Yes, I did. I did have the Game Boy. The Game Boy was good as well, but the Lynx was cooler because it was in color.
Okay, get in the car and run some people over. Vic.
Okay, let's go do it. That was my Atari Lynx anecdote. And probably 3 of you have ever even heard of it.
Doyoan says he's heard of it, but never played. He played it, but never owned one.
Yeah, it was a good machine.
It failed financially though, didn't it?
Atari was struggling all the way along after the 2600.
The car's over there.
Right there.
Go run some people over.
Okay.
Do it. Just be ruthless. Oh no, you can't. Can you drive this?
Why can't I?
I guess it's
too beat up.
dead.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. I hate that in games when you can't really tell if it's a real car
Yep.
or just like fake part of the environment.
Yep. It's I got to start looking here because this guy's gonna shoot me. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he?
Okay, concentrate, Vic. Vic's in the zone. He's concentrating.
Where is he?
Victor Lucas is attempting to kill
Can't get
someone
in there.
else in the game.
Get in there.
He's currently putting at 4 below par.
There's only 58 people alive.
It's pretty good.
Can I go upstairs? Where is this guy? Oh, there we go.
Vic is now going upstairs in the hopes of finding the person who is shooting at him. Or perhaps camping and waiting till the shooter comes to him.
There we go. I can hear some shots out there.
People are talking about the Sega Nomad. Oh, that's a nice gun. Oh, it's a crossbow.
Yeah.
Cool. Crossbow some fools. Oh, you're in the red zone, Vic.
The Sega Nomad is great
Vic,
as
you're,
well.
You're in the middle of the red zone.
That was kind of like the first switch. I hear you. Where do I go?
Somewhere outside of the red zone.
How is that the red zone?
See on your map how it's red?
Yeah,
That means you're in the red zone.
I'm in the zone.
The red zone is where it gets bombed.
Oh, I see.
And you want to be inside the white circle, because if you go outside the white circle, your health
Okay,
will
okay.
drain. But if you're in the red zone, you might get like mortared by airplanes.
Okay,
or
so
something.
go. Into the village.
There's definitely going to be people in that village.
Good.
You're going to introduce them to your new friend, the crossbow.
I'm gonna just try to shoot at something. I hear them firing everywhere.
Oh, shooting at you.
I don't know where they are.
There's the mortars.
Am I still in the damn
Yeah,
red
you're
zone?
still in the red zone.
How do I get out of it?
You just run until you're not in the red zone anymore.
Oh my goodness. Run. If I'm inside a house, does that help?
I don't know. I don't think so. Probably not.
I'm going in a house
Take shelter.
so I can see.
You're almost at the
This
outside of
red
the
zone is big. Okay, go.
map's big.
Go.
Oh, you're out of it now. It disappeared.
Okay.
Or you didn't leave it, but it went away. So
Okay. So do I have any?
question, Vic. Do you remember a game from Reviews on the Run that was made by Cranky Pants Games?
Cranky Pants.
Do you remember what game it was? What is Cranky? Was that a developer?
Was that Clay Fighter? What did Cranky Pants make?
Let me Google it.
It does sound familiar. I think I visited them.
Sandblast Games. They became Sandblast Games.
Okay.
It's a THQ development studio which began in Kirkland, Washington.
Okay.
So you've probably been there. It's in Washington, right?
Yeah.
So they made Destroy All Humans, Path of the Furon,
Okay.
Evil Dead Regeneration.
Yeah, I think we did the Evil Dead Regeneration interviews with people there. I don't remember going to their studio, though.
Red Faction 2,
Okay.
and The Summoner 2.
Okay. Yeah, we did reviews of all of those. Sandblast Studios is their name now?
Yeah, well, they were bought by THQ, so I assume they don't exist anymore.
Right. Bullet Loops. Okay. Solid game, man. Like you get sucked into this thing for sure.
Are you talking about Battlegrounds?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, how many players does it have? Like 500 million players?
Yeah. And I could be playing with mobile people right now too, and PC.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Not the PS4, though. Well, it's not even on the PS4, so obviously not.
What is this? Oh, just to close the door. Yeah, it's good. It's like super intense. Don't need that.
Yeah, it definitely sucks you in.
It's only 46 people alive. I'm in the middle. I'm gonna go up to that rooftop and see if I can see anything.
Cromulent idea.
Yes.
Have you played the desert map at all
No.
in your travels? No.
No.
Apparently, it's not as good. People don't like it as much.
No.
I played this on mobile with some friends.
Cool.
We got down to we were in a group of 4 and there was 2 other people in the game,
Mm-hmm.
and we died. And we figured later the person who killed us was probably using a mouse and keyboard
Right.
because they sniped us from ridiculously far away.
Right.
We were all sitting in a car and he just headshotted all of us.
Oh my God!
Spent,
Really?
5 seconds, yeah.
So he had a sniper rifle.
Yeah. But we almost won. It was pretty good.
This is really cool. There is a lot of you just wait for the action to happen now
Yeah.
too, right? Can I jump to
That's
that
kind of
rooftop?
how it would be in real life, right? If you were in a
Yeah.
situation like this. I'm a little disappointed that we haven't found or used a frying pan yet.
I know, right?
I'm partial to the frying pan.
Doesn't feel like EP at all. Okay, let's go down and I didn't see anybody. What is this?
Blade Blur is asking if I like the Dreamcast. I never owned a Dreamcast. I was a N64 kid, and then I was a PS2 kid, so the Dreamcast kind of didn't fit anywhere for me.
Sega's definitely got to do a classic edition Dreamcast.
Yeah.
They have to.
Or put out a Dreamcast collection on. I'm sure they've done that, but yeah, I like the Dreamcast, but I never owned one, so I was never a Dreamcast player. I don't think I ever owned any Sega console as
Really?
a kid. I was always a
Wow.
Nintendo kid, yeah, and then I was a PS2 kid. And then by the time the PS3 came out, I was working here, so I just had everything.
Yep. Part of the job.
Part of the job. It's a tough job, but someone has to do it.
What is this? Equip.
Tyler Fisher says
Stun
Battle
grenade.
Royale games are boring. Or he
There-
finds them boring.
There's a lot of waiting for sure.
A lot of watching and waiting.
People are watching Fortnite streams like you wouldn't believe, but everybody here believes it. But you're right, though, Tyler. You do have to just sort of have the patience as a player and as a viewer. But I think what's cool about these games is the intensity, right? Is that ever shrinking circle.
Yeah.
And knowing that someone's out there, they're hunting you. It's cool.
Don't forget, the other players are just as afraid of you as you are of them.
Right.
They're like spiders.
And there's a simplicity to Battlegrounds that Fortnite doesn't have because of its crafting complexities. That's kind of refreshing. Like, this just feels... It's so generic looking, it just feels like any other shooter, but there's 100 people out there. Whereas Fortnite has a very distinctive vibe.
Apropos of that, Game Freak 84. Hey Vic, do you think Battle Royale is just a fad like Guitar Hero craze?
No, I think Battle Royale will be revisited many, many, many times. This is, I think, as...
You gotta run. You gotta get to the...
Is as important and sort of de facto and definitive as deathmatch, you know?
You gotta get to the new circle, Vic.
Okay.
You're far away from it.
Or King of the Hill or whatever. This is an incredible mode. Which way do I gotta go? This way?
Follow the dotted line on your mini map.
Okay, there it is.
See it?
Yep.
Just make a beeline for that.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, Blade Blur is pointing out that we have a Discord. Put a
That's
link in the
right.
chat. We do have a Discord.
Yes.
Join it.
Is there a way to simplify the Discord, like, so that I could say what the URL is and people would know it? Like, if I said discord.com/EPN.
I think you could just search EPN on
EPN
Discord.
Discord,
You
yeah,
probably see it,
yeah.
It's smart that the Battle Royale games have this sort of
There's a guy over there who's
get
getting
to the
shot.
zone thing. Because if you didn't have this, the matches would go on for hours.
Yeah.
People just hide. And so it forces it to be condensed, you know?
32 people left.
Okay, this is... Victor Lucas is trying to sneak up on...
He's lost the ball in the
He's
rough.
hiding behind that rock.
Ah! F you, opposite missed 19.
Are we going to do one more or call it a day?
I think that's good.
Okay.
That's good. You guys know. Looks pretty fun.
So
I'll
what
play
do you-
that again. I'll pop into that. I mean, there's a reason why I haven't really been able to review this or Fortnite. I feel like I can play them for a little bit. It's like, okay, that was a nice taste, but I don't know how people just play, well, any game, but how do they just play that over and over and over again?
But overall, you think it's on the Xbox One?
It's fine.
Good.
It's fine. It should look better than this. That's the only thing I would say. Is like, hopefully the refinements continue and it looks like Fortnite looks better to me on the Xbox One, which I played on the Xbox
Because it
One.
has a cartoony mode.
It just looks, cooler. You know,
Okay, bye,
There's
everyone.
less stuff in it, but still super fun. But that's out today. It is absolutely an enjoyable experience if you're looking for a battle royale game. Clearly, there are millions of people very satisfied with this game. But that's why I haven't reviewed Fortnite or PUBG, because I feel like you get it. You know, like that's what it is. You go in and you hide until you can't hide, and you shoot at everybody. But there's lots of great little granular details, and it's fun. Okay, guys, as I mentioned, we're going to take a little bit more of a break because we have things to complete, and I've got some things to host. Wish me luck. I'm going to be in front of a lot of people over the next little while, which is amazing for me because, I started Electric Playground as a video game thing in my bedroom, and I don't know how that path has taken me so that I'm going to be standing in front of 1,000 people at TEDx Vancouver, and I am introducing former Prime Minister Kim Campbell as one of the people, and Theo Fleury from the NHL is one of the people, and there's lots of really fascinating individuals. So it's a real honor, and when I'm up there, I'm representing our history and what we've been able to achieve with the programming that we make, but also all of you, because you put me here and support me and watch our material, and I'm forever grateful. We do have tons of content for you to check out, so please do, okay? Dig into our archive. There's lots of good video content for you to watch, and if you dig it, hit subscribe, hit that like button, comment wherever you want. You got to hit that little bell if you want to get notified. We've also got the join button on the gaming.youtube.com/EPNTV site, which gets you to become a member, and we appreciate your support there. And of course, we've got stores on Design by Humans, Teespring, and also 8-Bit Beans. So I'm grateful to all of the different ways that you can support us through that stuff too. Thank you, everybody. There probably will be some kind of an unboxing surprise soon. Classic episode of EP going up on the weekend. And we'll have EP lives like crazy next week, and lots of reviews are incoming. Thanks for watching, everybody. Play forever.